Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. My first level instruction and first lesson to the students of a language is that you must sound logical when you are writing something. By that I mean a lot of street talk involves illogical statements, but when it comes to formal writing, you have to be specific and logical. When you start talking about something, writing about something, you must think before you begin the writing process. You must think like a reader. What do you want the reader to know first? Because if you begin from the middle, they will not get any idea. You begin with an introduction kind of thing, and then you move on to the arguments that you want to present. You do not make any assumption about the reader. You can make generic guess of who your reader would be, and usually when we write we have target audience. So in this case, in case of IGCSE, O levels and other exams, the examiner is your reader, and that examiner will make sure that you have followed the procedure, the structure, for good writing. When you follow a procedure, when you follow a structure, writing is easier. When you do not follow a procedure and you do not follow a structure, writing becomes very difficult. So first thing is to introduce so that your reader knows. Next thing is present your arguments in a chronological order. If you go out of sequence of time, the reader will be confused. If you suddenly bring in something that was not introduced, the reader will not be able to understand. And eventually you will have to conclude and never add anything new in the conclusion. Do not bring a new fact, a new idea into the conclusion. So when you do this, you think of the introductory paragraph or paragraphs, and then you talk about the first most important thing you want to talk about in a form of paragraph. A paragraph has a structure, and if you write something without a structure, I already said it will become difficult, and I cannot overemphasize. So you must sound logical. You should not use words that are typically used in street language and ordinary conversations. You have to be specific because writing is a different thing. You can say anything, on the street while conversing with your friend, because they're not going to grade that as much. But an examiner is going to grade your work and assign certain marks to it. So again, be logical. Do not say more than one thing in a sentence. Just think about it. If somebody says too many words in a sentence, will we be able to understand them? We cannot. So say one thing in a sentence, and then in the chronological order, say the next thing, and move on from there. I'm not saying we should not use compound sentences. I'm not saying we should not use complex sentences, but the proportion of these must be controlled. Most of your statements in a write-up should be simple with some compound and some complex statements. And we'll talk about this in later sessions of how we add them together. So you begin with the concept that you must think about your write-up like a reader and plan it. Just make a plan in your mind and say a single thing in a sentence, and then say the next thing in the next sentence. This will make writing easier for you and make it fun for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. And please share this video so that most people can benefit. Subscribe to this channel too. Thank you very much.